Hello, everyone, and welcome to session number 9, which means it's episode 10, technically, of the Burning Wheel Patronage.
Yeah.
We're back. We're back after what, like 2 weeks? Did we miss? I don't
Sounds
remember.
right. Yeah, 2 weeks. Something like that. 3 weeks.
But I'm glad to be back. How is everyone doing?
I'm good.
Good. Ash, what have you been up to? You had a birthday?
I'm 30.
You're 30. You don't look 30.
There we go.
No, that's
there it
only
is.
38. 5 years off you.
It's very true.
It's
so true.
It's cheat codes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I had a birthday and I got a bunch of people to come on my channel and play role-playing games, and I was like, what role-playing games are I gonna play? I'm just like, the games I've written, because fuck it, I'm a self-indulgent.
Hell yeah.
It's my birthday. You have to play my weird game about sky trains and my weird game about magical robots.
Have you written any non-weird games?
I wrote the Republic.
That's true. The Republic's not that weird.
The Republic's is depressing. The Republic is depressing social justice avatar.
Okay, so the slider goes from like weird to sad.
Yeah,
and that's okay. Cool.
Yeah. That's that. You described my brand.
I shall call it the WAD scale.
Okay. But then I can stop you, Finbar, and I will.
I definitely can. I can hit the mute button, and
I will stop your nefarious plans, Finbar. The world needs heroes, and I will be that hero.
Just continue. You're fun, you know. It's fine.
And then I had a big party, and a bunch of friends came around, and I had one friend. I made a friend at my birthday party because they were like, a friend of Emily's was like, hey, can I come and stay with you for the weekend? And she was like, sure, but also it's Ashton's birthday, so like you have to like come to the birthday party. And I was like, I've never met this person before. Hi, welcome to my birthday party. So that was really cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
How's your blank paper, Finbar?
Yeah. What?
Feel really honored in my birthday. Yeah, Finbar.
Yeah. That's your birthday present.
Feel really respected.
Well, great. I'm glad you had.
That was the big thing for me.
Yeah, I'm glad you had a good birthday.
And I released an exceptional story for Fallen London.
You did do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So if you are one of their exceptional friends, which is their premium content subscription, you can go and play Daylight, which is the story that I've written for them for this month.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's super rad.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Who wants to go next? Not okay. Dave, you're going last. Finbar.
Hi. Hello. Yes.
How are you?
I am well, and
well is good.
I am going to take this moment because we're doing Secret Santa in my office, and I have come up with an amazing joke, but I can't talk about it at work because that would defeat the purpose of it being Secret Santa. So I'll talk about it here.
Okay.
Yeah. So wait, have we checked that no one from your work is watching?
I mean, if they are, it'll be like the one guy who I have told, so it's fine.
If anyone from Finbar's workplace is watching, you have to go away.
No, but leave the stream up, but don't mute it. Just like slide the volume slider all the way down, but don't mute it because then it like turns the view off.
Tab.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I mean, also that. But yeah, no. So for my Secret Santa, I got this guy called Matt, and Matt is a very musical fellow. I would drop his Spotify link. I don't know if that's like good practice as well. But yeah, anyway, he's a musical fellow called Matt. And I came in with the idea of we have to buy a £10 present, and I don't like know him like in a we are friends way. I just know, oh yeah, he likes music. So I was like, I'm gonna buy him a dumb joke and get him one of those toy My First pianos with like 7 notes that you buy for, like, and then I went on Amazon and I typed Fisher Price First Piano into the search bar. And I realized that my idea was stupid and terrible, because what in fact was the best decision is I bought this.
Oh my god.
And this, viewers,
oh my,
is one of those mats you roll out and step on to make notes. So I bought a musical mat for a musical mat. And I am so proud of myself.
I saw it coming. I saw it coming from the moment you said piano. I was like, it's gonna be one of those piano mats.
So I'm brilliant and wonderful and hilarious, and
well done.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Other than that, it's December, so there's a lot of like events where people rock up and then we chat and drink and so on.
Yeah, I had my work Christmas dinner last night, and that was very nice. It was very like
aggressively chipper.
Yeah, the only alcohol I drank was the one glass of free prosecco, and I was like, I don't really want to drink anymore. I'm not paying like £5 for a vodka Coke.
My God, you want it? Not in London. That's like cheap. For some reason, some incredible reason, my work has organized all of our Christmas socials on Thursday evenings. So Fridays,
yes,
for a while, have been just a real fun affair of everyone just kind of like sitting there staring at their screens or just letting out collective sighs every 10 minutes.
I mean, I knew everything was fine when I got into work this morning at like 10, which is like pretty normal for me because I'm lazy and I don't do enough work. And then I saw the head of department rocking up at like 11:30, and I'm like, no, yeah, I'm doing good.
Ow. That, yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's me. I also have this cute bear.
It's a good bear. It's very good.
Okay, Dave.
How's it going, Dave?
Yeah, all right. Pretty good. I had a first of like Christmassy events as well. It wasn't with work, it was with family. Got a bit of wine drunk. That was rough. Because people had been paying enough attention to me to offer, but not to what I'd been drinking. So I accidentally like mixed red and white, and it was a whole thing.
That's not
it was
good.
Great. I felt terrible.
You don't strike me as a drinker.
I don't.
Yeah.
Often. It's a social thing.
Yeah.
But I was being included, and that was very lovely of them. The worst possible way that they could.
I have an open bottle of wine in the fridge.
Congratulations.
I maybe shouldn't drink that while I'm streaming, especially not this stream.
Not while you're GMing.
Yeah. I was at a dinner party, not like a Christmas thing, like a friend's like PhD submission party, and it was at his parents' house in Hampstead Heath, which is, if you know London, is like one of the fanciest bits of London. Fancy. And turns out his parents are very, very rich, and so when we were eating dinner, his dad was telling us about the various bottles of red wine on the table and how we had to start on the ones that had the gold labels because they were worth £50 a bottle, and not hit the ones with the white labels until those were finished because they were only £15 a bottle. And I did like the quick math in my head, and there was £400 worth of wine on the dinner table, not including the like 4 bottles of champagne we'd already gone through.
Nice. I don't know why people spend that much money on these things, but I mean,
It was really good
Especially
wine.
not in Britain.
Yeah. Who knows? Wine is a weird time.
It was really good
As
wine.
an Australian, I'm like, yeah, well, like we have good wine. Like
We import good wine.
We're right next to France.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, the place is famous for their wine.
Yes.
Also, the reason people spend so much money on wine in Britain is because, well,
Brexit.
London. Yeah, London is just a city of functional alcoholics.
Yeah, pretty much.
Intuitively get our own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
London. It's a place.
It is a place. I've spent more time in London the past couple of weeks than any other part of my life. And even then it's only like 2 weekends a month or something. And I'm like, yep, London is very expensive.
Don't like London. Don't like going there. Don't like being there.
There's lots of fun stuff to do in London. I just don't like actually getting there and spending any money or.
It's rough.
Yeah. Speaking of rough cities and not very nice places, should we play some Burning Wheel?
Let's do it.
There was a segue.
A segue. I'm not sure we can give it any more accolades than that.
It was a segue.
It was better than look at this cute bear. That's gross.
Okay. Shall we go through some beliefs and things?
I'm just contrary today.
Ash, do you wanna start us off?
Sure. Hi. My name is Sophia Gabrielli, and I'm here to win, not make friends. My entry tape was me covering myself in finger paints, and then performing a variety of belly dances, which apparently includes the Macarena. Sorry. My beliefs are no one should have to go hungry. I will host a grand feast. The common man will recognize my genius. I will sell 30 paintings, and I will provide my father with what he wants, but on my own terms.
You've mixed up your beliefs here. I'm liking it. Can we talk about the like motivations behind the changes here?
Yeah, after last week, I'm seeing a bit more of a. She's got a bit more of a communist streak.
I'm so surprised.
Or anarchist, right? In the there's that thing of like, well, because she's been trying so hard to impress the big people, and then also wanting to make fun of them. It's just like, no, I'll just go and she's gonna try and pop art it, right? She's
yeah.
You're
gonna do a Banksy.
Gonna do a Banksy. Gonna do a whatever the guy was with the soup cans. I can't remember his name.
Andy Warhol.
That's the one. And Andy Warhol. My instincts haven't changed though. They are still always have a tasty snack on hand, never bow to etiquette, and always flirt with the brightest in the room. And my traits are reckless sea legs, mind-numbing work, charming, lithe, romantic, and materialistic.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to see how that all comes together.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay. Dave, tell everyone about our favorite dwarf.
Only because he's the only dwarf.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, there is one other dwarf. who makes alcohol.
They've left
We
now.
liked him.
They don't
Them.
Them.
They're not anyone's friends. They're so judgmental. So the second one it isn't finished yet because I couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
I'm writing it as we go.
Yeah.
So I don't actually know what it is yet. My first belief: if I can't find people, they gotta come to me. So I'm going to make an attractive storefront to advertise myself.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah, I thought that might be a nice little project for Alov to be working on through this session. My second belief is going to be about
how to make friends and influence people.
Yeah, doing I think chit chat with people, get like little baby persuasion tests. Just trying to work out how I want to phrase that. Because it's very low. Something weird is going on with my. Oh, okay. Sorry. The past few days, my camera has had this like white spot that's like traveled down it a bunch, and I just realized it was a bug. And I'm like, it won't never happen again.
I had a bug inside my monitor for a while. Like crawling around between the like LCD and the.
Why did I do this? That's
Stop.
It left. I was afraid to kill it because then it would be there forever.
Okay, let's say this belief is chat with customers and people in the Piazza to make some friends. There you go.
Okay, nice.
I'm just going to take some time. I'm just going to walk around. I'm not going to circles anyone. I'm going to be like, who's here? And then I'm going to approach them.
Okay, great.
Hello. And I'm going to convince them with my persuasion skill that they had a pleasant conversation. It's going to be sick. And then my third belief, my aspirational belief, is to make a name for myself to replace my clans until I can reclaim it. So
yeah,
it's again about becoming like famous, becoming recognized. And all that. Instincts are always offer my opinion on a problem, never leave something broken, bring the right tool for the job or make one. And then the traits are bearded, determined, hard work, humility, accustomed to the dark, branded a coward, clumsy, geometric, greedy, sworn, shape from earth and stone, and stout.
Excellent. All one word.
Yeah. More fun if you don't take a breath.
Finbar.
Hello. So I have rewritten one of my beliefs because I wasn't doing much with that Captain Lucrezia one. And something more close to home has come up, so attention has been diverted. Belief one, Elia's teenage rebellion is going to cost us both. I shall find out why she feels the need to live dangerously and go do crimes.
Yep.
And then the other two are still the same. Getting a toe into the Piazza could be valuable, and Vito's now abandoned theatre may be my route in. I shall scare Christoph into working with me. And Alov could be a valuable partner. I shall find this woman for him.
Great.
My instincts are never make excuses when it's time to pay debts. Pay. Always know something no one else in the room does. Always find out the price of beautiful things. And my traits are that I am intense, paranoid, romantic, materialistic, pennywise, lithe, and driven.
Fan-dabby-dozy.
What?
It's a thing. Someone said it.
Someone said it once in the 80s.
Was it Ashley?
Well, I wasn't alive in the 80s, so...
And Debbie Dozy, he said.
Now we're just diving into obscure British TV references.
Wee Jimmy Cranky of Scottish comedy duo The Crank.
Sorry. Wee Jimmy Cranky of the Crankies is renowned for having said wee Dabby Dozy, Fan Dabby Dozy.
Yep. Uh-huh.
This was in.
And y'all were making fun of the place names in my country.
Excuse me. I'd forgotten that this was the thing that it was, but catchphrase of Scottish husband and wife comedy duo Ian and Jeanette Tuff, in which they play father and son, Ian and wee Jimmy Cranky, aka the Crankies. So they just did a weird age play thing on television and called it comedy?
Yeah, his wife is his son.
My dad tried to introduce us to Auntie Jack, which is like didn't occur to him that would be a weird thing to try and introduce his two transgender daughters to.
I can only see small thumbnails of this, and it looks. The summary is The Adventures of a Mannish Woman and Her Friends.
Great.
I'ma just go ahead and close this tab.
My dad loved Auntie Jack.
No, yeah, my grandparents are really into Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Oh yeah.
Which I hate with a passion. But
it's pretty terrible.
It's really terrible. Should we play a game?
Yeah, let's stop talking about weird cultural relics.
Yes. Who wants to start? Does anyone want to
find the list of traits? Because I want to just double check that my numbing work is what that is calling for.
It's labor.
Yeah, I think it is doing boring shit.
Because I'm going to try and paint 30 paintings.
Oh god.
Call on for Will when performing mind-numbing repetitive work.
All right, cool, great, awesome.
This is going to be great art you're about to produce.
I make 30. I was just like, but like when I was like thinking of these ones, in my brain there was the Sluther stole 40 cakes. That's as many as 4 10s, and that's terrible.
Yes, we made that joke a lot last session.
And so now I'm going to paint 30 paintings.
There's as many as 3 10s.
10. Yep.
And that's terrible.
They're gonna be, don't worry.
Okay, do we wanna start there? Do we wanna see
what happened to me last time? Did I have I like we left off from Sophia, like she was like finishing a meal
while,
because Elia fucked off after trying to rob her. And it all went, from Elia's perspective, all went horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Got lectured by a weird lady who bought her dinner after she tried to... She was like, okay.
Yeah, that was the last thing we saw of Sophia.
Yeah. So... And I tried to make a name for myself by spreading rumors about my work, but that wasn't exactly effective. So I think I'd like to try and do some return to my home and be like, and I think that there's like a scene where I do have like a conversation with Martin. I don't know if we play it out specifically, but it is
I guess it depends. What do you want Martin to do? Something?
Yeah, I don't want him to do anything, but I think there's a thing where she has a conversation with Martin about wanting everyone to have access to art and all that sort of bullshit, and then I think she disappears into her studio to try and make.
Yeah, I think we probably don't need to play out that whole conversation, but there is
no.
Martin definitely slips in something.
Does he?
Well, that's up to you. But he does mention offhandedly that he's working on something and he just needs to find some supplies.
All right. In which case, I absolutely oh wait, I can help with that. And she goes into the closet, and then she closes the closet door behind her, and then she opens the closet really quickly and goes, "Supplies!"
And yeah, okay. Moving on.
Because that's absolutely the sort of bullshit that that she would do. And Martin would be like, "Oh, you're so silly. I actually need some fucking supplies, you stupid bitch."
Supplies, motherfucker.
All right, where am I? I need to look for the obs for.
I am so
this
mad.
The thing is that I want to do like some really simple blocks of color, and I want to do a shit ton of them.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take another look at the painting obs.
What page is painting obs?
I'm real
bad at navigating the book.
fucking
I find it
alphabet
really
go. There is P. I always forget which way around P and R are.
They're not even
simple,
next to each other.
Simple monochromes. Oh wait, no, it's simple polychromes. If blocks of different colors.
Yeah,
that's ob 3.
Ob 3.
Is it? So caricatures is simpler, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Caricatures is ob 2.
If you want to start doing like World War II era political cartoons where you draw giant-nosed versions of Churchill or your dad.
Yeah.
This is more casual heresy. That was really funny last time. 30 heretical paintings.
I mean, that sounds exactly like my jam.
You remember when you went to prison for heresy?
That wasn't prison.
Oh,
that was
just a small
boarding
confined
school.
space. I guess it wasn't run by the police, so it isn't prison.
All right, so there's a pope, isn't there?
Yes. There's like a pontifex, or pontifex, or
I was gonna say a pontifex or one that you send through the telephone.
Both.
So yeah, right. In which case, the pontifex shall be rendered, as like I'm gonna do pictures of the Pope as like, I want to imagine that there's like a saint of like getting drunk and debaucherous, and I want to like render the Pope as if like that.
Yeah.
As a caricature, being like, oh yeah, look, it's the Pope is a party Pope, likes getting drunk and having a good time. Like, make sure it's nice and heretical, nice and then
people love hating the Pope.
Exactly, that's the whole point of the Pope.
So I'm wondering if there's more to this than just a painting.
We're not gonna make 30 fucking tests, like.
Yeah. Because there isn't.
Are they 30 different paintings, or is it like so you're painting it one time and then replicating it 30 times?
Yeah.
Okay. So is it one painting test to make the original design, and then just a like some kind of mind-numbing work thing to just stay in there for like several days and paint?
Yeah.
Once you know what you're doing, maybe.
Or there might be variations on the same design, but they're all the same thing, right? Like,
yeah, because I can imagine this is. I guess we've got to think about the way the game like explicitly calls out like paintings as something that take weeks.
Yes, exactly.
But obviously, if
this is not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, right. You're just doing like really small. Like, I'm imagining something that's just like a 6-inch by 6-inch.
It explicitly calls out that, and then sets an odd one as a caricature, which anyone doing a caricature, no one is going obtuse. Sorry. Anyone doing a caricature is.
Yeah, I guess it's the making the first one, because you're like actually working on the design and trying to make sure it's capturing your artistic intent.
Yes.
It's the painting test, and then it's just a case of like, right, I have the design. Time to just do that exact painting over and over and over again. I feel is I guess a will test to like.
I'll have a eureka moment where I'll be like, we don't even see his genitals, but his nose looks like a penis, right? Like that'll be my eureka moment.
That was a sentence I didn't expect to hear today, but frankly, I should have. I'm
not surprised.
Sophia is very phallically orientated.
Yeah, let's check out.
Wow, that's a look. So, hey Ash, we're gonna have this really cool Burning Wheel campaign where we play like serious characters who are trying to like deal with the like intrigue of like Venice or in Rome, and it's gonna be all about like high art and what it
dicks.
His nose looks like a dick.
Look, high art. The secret of high art is actually all about dicks. What's that Oscar? What is it? It's not Oscar Wilde. Who was the one who was like, "Look, everything is about sex except for sex, which is about power."
Janelle Monáe.
That's Janelle Monáe.
Okay, I thought it was Oscar Wilde. I don't know what, but that's like that does seem
Maybe
to
she's
be
pointing someone, but that's what I know it from.
Fair. I entirely believe you.
It is indeed quite, but
yeah. I'm a dumbass. It is known.
Look, you're not the one playing Sophia.
The thing is, we can't have high art if we don't have low art.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I'm providing the bar with which you must all jump, and I'm making it nice and easy. All right, so I'm making some low art.
Yes.
Shall we do a painting test for one, and then like another test for replication?
Yeah, I think we'll make just the one test for the painting, and then we'll do like a will test, and we'll make that like graduated. Like the better you do on it, the more paintings you can do.
Okay, let's do the painting test first.
Yes.
Question.
Yeah.
Which isn't really related, but well, I guess isn't. But does the printing press exist?
That's the reason I was assuming that it doesn't.
I mean, I was assuming even if it does, it'd be prohibitively expensive for Sophia.
When was the printing press invented?
Oh, God.
The thing is, I don't have the skills to do printing press because printing press is woodcut.
That's very true.
Like, it would be carving, which is different to sculpture.
1440 and somewhere between 1440 and 1450 apparently. But
so
yeah,
we're
probably like on the brink of someone inventing the printing press, but
like it's not a thing that I have access to. I don't know how to make art in that style. All right, so
the dwarves definitely have a printing press.
Well, hell yeah. They've got like an old style inkjet printer.
I was actually going to be long-term angling to that being one of the potential things that I get by fusing the two cultures. It was my secret plan. But we'll see.
Base ob is 2?
Yes. There you go. You did it.
Yay. So yeah, I've made a picture of the debaucherous Pope.
Yeah, let me just have a look at like will stuff. Do you want to describe what your painting looks like?
Do you want me to describe what my painting looks like?
Yes. Yeah, I want to hear exactly what your painting looks like.
So I think the Pope is probably dressed in like a nightgown. And is surrounded by like knocked over cups of wine as he drunkenly stumbles through them. He's holding a cake and like shoveling it into his mouth, and then on the tip of his erect nose is a cherubim.
Perfect. I love it.
Dave's face.
Nice.
He's probably also wearing like big golden earrings or something. No, a big golden chain around his neck.
Okay.
And the Pope hat. The tall one.
So
That's actually a bishop's hat. He's wearing a bishop's hat because it's fancier looking.
So I think what we're actually gonna say is we'll make it like an. Yeah, I don't know what to make like the failure on.
Yeah,
on
that's
this
the thing,
check to
right?
be.
Like, what are we like? Is it about time?
I mean, so what is? I've an idea, but I guess my question first of all is, what are you producing this propaganda leaflet to inspire within the populace? Because if you make shit propaganda, that role will be harder.
It's not trying to be propaganda. It's trying to be like a thing that people will be like, right? Like it's meant to be entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like it's entertainment as opposed to art, even, right? Like,
Right. In which case, I am not sure. Sorry.
Yeah.
sorry, we're pushing this game to its limits with Dick Nose Pope.
Yeah.
I feel like genuinely. I feel like we are pushing like what the game is actually capable of doing in terms of art.
Pushing the envelope.
People spend a lot of time on their violence rules, and they don't spend enough time on like how do we correctly simulate the act of mass producing dick imagery.
I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, it seems
are there exhaustion rules in here?
That's a good point.
So the thing is that there is the mind-numbing work trait kind of calls out that will. It's a call on for will to do.
Yes,
boring,
but
repetitive stuff.
like there are like wounds. Like, are there?
Do you want to just like have the option for me to take some wounds?
Yeah, I feel like if you fail like a test, you're gonna take like a minor.
Yeah,
because I feel like pushing yourself too much and then taking a die penalty in the future because you're exhausted.
Yeah,
and you'd give yourself like weary.
Yeah, paintbrush to the ear.
Okay. So let's call this like an ob-free will test.
Sure.
And then if you fail, I'm going to take a look at like wounds and pick a level of wound for you to take.
Yep.
And that's when you go super ham and make everything in her life terrible. Or she down.
And call on means that I can call on it to reroll fails
Any
afterwards?
fails.
Yep.
Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to spend a fate to blow that 6.
There's an order you're meant to do call-ons, right?
Oh, there's an order? Okay, all right, cool. Call on first?
No, I think you fate first.
It would be weird to fate first because that's spending a resource as opposed to a thing.
Yeah, I think
that's
it's
fair.
call
That
on
makes sense.
first,
Well,
then
I'll
fate.
re-roll the fails here. 1, 2, 3.
I don't remember exactly. We'll do that now. We'll look it up. Wow,
Well, okay.
That's impressive.
I'd like to explode that 6.
Sure.
Just all the successes.
Because you can.
Yeah, because I can.
You realize that you're actually a robot.
Okay, all right. So we got 6 for 3.
That's good. That's very good. I'm not even gonna look at the. I don't need to look at the wounds. So
you don't need to look at the wounds because I'm a fucking machine. And also,
yeah. So we get another painting montage of Sophia. Sophia like somehow manages to invent the conveyor belt like method of doing paintings. She draws all of the dick noses first, and then all of the cherubs.
Yep.
Sophia realizes that she is ambidextrous and paints 2 paintings at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh god.
Yep. And like, remember that her default method is to finger paint. So
Yes. Yeah.
Shit. For an instant, I forgot that.
So yeah, there's
Shit.
there's I think these are done in like sepia tones.
Yeah, I was
they can't-
imagining mostly like reds and like earthy colors.
Yeah, because they can't be like colory color. So
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Mhm.
imagine they're like reds and browns and
Okay.
things like that. But yeah, yep, cool. So we have. So my intention was 30 paintings. Is that like reasonable within our?
Yeah. I think you get 30 paintings.
Time
Cool. Great.
passes, however.
Time passes. Yes, I
Yes,
imagine so.
time passes. So there's a scene I would like to do. So at some point in like our montage, we get a shot of Martin like looking pensively, is that a word?
Yeah, if he's...
Yeah.
Yes.
It is a word.
Yeah, he's looking and he's watching Sophia paint. And he's got like a very thoughtful look on his face. And then he turns away, he puts on his he puts on his coat. And we fade out on him leaving the house. And the next scene is Martin arriving at a very familiar house, and knocking
It's his
on
own
the door.
house. No,
It's not his own house. Knocking on the door of Adriana's like manor house. And I think it's not Elia who answers the door. It's another of your
Well, I've got Matteo, who's my doorman.
Yes, yeah. So he
from debt collection to a much cushier standing in front of the door and looking ominous.
Yeah, so Matteo, like, he recognizes Martin's like noble seal and lets him into the house.
Sure.
And yeah, he comes and tells you in your office that Martin Gabrielli is here to see you.
Okay. Yeah, so absolutely, yeah, kind of gesture. Well, please do send him in, and if you could trouble someone to bring us in some tea, that would be wonderful. Thank you, Matteo. Yeah, and I guess I wait for him to walk in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he comes in. He's looking like his usual like scruffy self. His hair hasn't been done, and his coat is like well made, but the color is faded, and the like there's mud on the hem that has just never been cleaned off.
I also imagine he's probably noticeably pale because he
spends most of his time inside.
Yeah,
yes.
Doesn't ever go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess in comparison to him, like, well, Adriana's normal thing is that she's just shy of gaudy. I think is sort of, but she still looks like well put together. I think to Martin, definitely, to most people.
Yes, yeah.
But probably Matteo, who's been with her for years, can probably pick up that she's, because this is not far from her knockdown drag out with Elia, which still has her a little shaken. So I think, yeah, there's like maybe a few signs of like it'll be really small stuff of like she'll have crossed the line into gaudy, or like it won't quite all work together, or there's just something small that most people would kind of not even realize is different. But the people who spent a lot of time around her and are observant is like, oh, you weren't paying attention this morning. But yes, Martin, please sit down. It's so good to see you. Have you put some thought into my offer of a business arrangement?
And yeah, he takes off his coat and hangs it on a coat hook and sits across your desk. And he spends like the rest of the scene he is fiddling with like a set of keys or something the whole time. He's much like I do when you're watching me. I'm like always fiddling with something. He's doing that the whole time. And he says, yes, well, I'm working on something new, and I don't have access to the kinds of specialty ingredients such a project would require, and considering your offer, I thought maybe if there was something I could do for you, you could perhaps do something for me and find these supplies.
Well, that I'm sure can be arranged. What specialty goods do you have in mind?
Oh, well, most things I make are gifts. My wife is very talented, but I like to help.
Of course.
I'm working on something very, very special, which I think will, give her an edge that she may need to establish herself.
Yeah. And Adriana is politely burying the part of her that has seen Sophia's art and wasn't hugely impressed. She goes, I understand. She's very lucky to have you, Martin. But, well, I'm going to need you to trust me and tell me what it is you need.
And so he takes like a scrap of like parchment out of his pocket, and reads off a couple ingredients that I think in your experience, like in the underworld, you recognize as like poisons.
Okay.
Like quite potent poisons.
Okay.
And then there's he says, I'll also require a large amount of antimony. It's difficult and expensive to get hold of, and well, I need a lot of it.
Antimony. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with the term.
It's a type of metal. And he describes. I can't think of a description of it off the top of my head, but it's.
I'm headed to the Google.
Yeah.
And tin is a chemical symbol. Okay. A lustrous grey metalloid.
Yes.
Okay. So a bunch of poisons that are definitely illegal, and a fancy rare metal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he says, and there's one more. And you can say no, and we don't have to ever talk again. But it's. Do you know anything about alchemy and enchanting?
I must say,
Madame.
I hear rumors and legends. Some say that all alchemists are fools. Some of them that they hold the secrets to eternal life and gold. I tend to find the truth somewhere in the middle of the most extreme opinions, but the middle of those two is there's a lot of space.
Yes. Well, you saw the paints that I made for
Absolutely.
For my wife.
Quite remarkable.
The trick is to take an essence from one object. In this case, I took the essence of pearls, and I infused them into the paints to create the lustrous color beyond what just simple mixing would do. And this transference of traits can work in many ways, such as transferring talent from one person to another.
Martin, I sense what you're about to say to me is something. One moment, please. Sorry. Will do. Okay. Sorry. Yes. So yeah. Okay. Martin, please give me a moment. I sense you're dancing around this because you're nervous that in some way I'm going to judge you or hold this against you or in some way report you. Martin, I want us to be partners. I think your talents are very valuable and impressive, and I want to, in my own personal aspect, profit from them, but also make people aware of them. Raise both your own reputation and the reputation of your craft. Take you from rumor to established and accredited academic. Respected, even. Also, Martin, I have met plenty of people in this city who have less than salubrious tastes. Believe me, nothing you can do will surprise me. And your secrets are entirely safe with me.
Mm-hmm.
I need babies. Babies.
I guess there is an addendum of I cannot promise that I will be able to fulfill your requirements because I don't know what they are yet.
Yeah.
But I will not be reporting you to the guards.
And so he takes like a really big deep breath in. And he says,
I'll hit him with a persuade test to make him real comfortable around me if you want.
Sure, yeah, if you wanna. I feel like maybe if you wanna soothe him, like a soothing platitude.
Yeah, I guess that's probably what I'm going for here. Have I started opening soothing platitudes? I have not. Let's do it. Soothing platitudes.
What's the failure here? Is it that he doesn't want to do it? Or is that too extreme?
I think that's too extreme. I think the failure is that he's going to hide something from you.
Okay. Cool.
A complication that will hurt you later.
Yeah. Love it.
The victim's will, which I believe I have written. I may even have a character sheet for Martin. Do I? Martin Gabrielli does not have a will in here. We've definitely rolled against him a couple times, though.
God. Curses.
Martin has a will of 4.
Okay. Ooh, that difficult will test. No modifiers, I presume.
No.
not sure.
Take plus
I mean,
one
I can't-
plus one
oh.
dice because he wants to trust you.
Okay. I'm not going to use Arthur on this. Based obstacle is 4. No additional complications.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Why am I so bad at this? Well, that's a difficult will test, so
Yep.
that's nice.
Yeah, so he's gonna hide something like about
Mm.
this from you. But
Sure.
he doesn't really seem to calm at all. He takes this really deep breath in, and he says, there are artists in the city who they take great inspiration from one person, and when they are with that one person, it's almost as if their skills are vastly improved. I don't know how to explain it. Muses.
I was going to say, I believe that is the term.
If what I'd like to do is to find one of these artists and use my skills to create something that would give Sophia the ability to draw upon an inspiration.
So Finbar mechanically knows what you're trying to do here. But yeah,
Yes.
Adriana's got a nose for profit, and she has been living in the city of artists for long enough to know the difference in output between an artist who has not yet found his muse and one who has.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, you believe you can replicate this somewhat esoteric and unpredictable effect with chemicals? Metals and poisons and such.
He says it's entirely theoretical. Never been done.
Quite fascinating. So what do you need from this inspired artist?
This is where I think he's probably gonna try and lie to you.
God, if he's like, you just need to put him in a room with me, and I get to simultaneously not have to do the hard part of murdering someone and make Martin a murderer, is just great.
Yeah. And so he says, oh, it's really quite simple, just a fresh lock of hair, nail clippings, anything like that would work.
Interesting.
And so he's gonna make a falsehood test.
Do I roll against? Oh no, it's just against my will, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay.
I'm going to make the case that this is not a believable lie, because after he's already asked me for illegal poisons, some hair from a person is not that huge
I mean, they're not illegal poisons. They're just difficult to get hold of.
Okay, fair. But like, I think after you go, I would like a bunch of really toxic poisons, going, and then being like, now the really bad thing, and then going, bit of hair. I'm like, I smell bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I think he probably has falsehood, because he's had to lie about his work for a very long time.
That seems reasonable.
He's had to practice saying that he likes his wife's paintings.
Ooh, what the fuck? Dave! Jesus Christ!
The savage.
What do you think of
shade.
this? And he's like,
Oh, it's very nice to hear.
I want to change my third belief to dwarves are dangerous and they must be destroyed.
Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna he's gonna roll falsehood. He's gonna fork in alchemy wise because he's talking about alchemy.
Yep.
And then he's also gonna fork in astrology, but I'll roll that afterwards.
Sure. Ob 4. Right? Yeah.
the star's correct.
And I think he should have a persona point, so he's gonna spend that as well.
Oh my god.
He doesn't want. Did you say Ob 4?
Yeah, I have 4 will. Really doesn't want me to know.
Oof, that's not very good. So I'm gonna roll the astrology.
Eat it.
That's nope. I didn't put a space in the thing. I know how to do Roll20. So he's gonna spend his fate and try and just get that 6. There you go. 4 successes.
There's something up, but what it is.
Yeah. Is this I like straight up believe him, or is this just like
No. See, he matched the ob, so he succeeded. So you don't think he's lying, but
I'm definitely not able to be like, oh, obvious tell at this point in the sentence.
Yeah.
But I feel like Adriana from that conversation was still like something.
Yeah, you might think, there might be something more to this, but like you believe him enough that he probably just needs like I don't think you realize he's probably gonna kill someone.
I mean, he's asked you for like their hair.
Yeah.
If you give that to him, then that's like fine.
Mhm.
Just use that.
It's not my business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I go, well, did you have a specific artist in mind? Or any painter whose work has been improved by a muse, or artist whose work has been improved by a muse will do?
Hang on.
No one in particular. One of the great masters.
Oh yeah, you know.
Just one of the great masters. And he looks you in the eyes, and this is the first thing he said to you with conviction, and like determination. And he just says, Dante.
Hell yeah! I knew it was coming. And I go, I hear good things. Would I have had any idea about? Because there was a big screaming thing outside that man's house.
Do you wanna roll like?
Would that be
gossip wise?
Yeah, it would be gossip wise, not city wise. Damn it! What is city wise good for?
Things about the city.
I'm not actually. I'm not going to roll. I'm not going to roll. I don't care that much.
Yeah.
If it's not like common knowledge. Cool. Yeah. So I go. Okay. I've heard. Yeah. I've heard of his work. He's. I shall get to it. Martin. A few things, however. The ingredients you're looking for here are not cheap, not common. And as for meeting Dante and securing some of his essence, searching for a classy way to say body bits, this might be somewhat of an undertaking. However, I think there is a way for me to raise the funds to purchase your major components and also get myself into Dante's presence but I will need a bit of assistance from yourself to start.
Yeah,
that
and so he says, of course, and he gets up and like goes to his coat. He says, I forgot, like pats his coat, and puts a bag of coins on the desk, and he says, in addition to whatever whatever you wish me to create for you, this should at least help go towards the supplies. It's not that I can't necessarily afford. It's the
I
means of
understand.
acquiring them.
Procurement is a more of is a skill one acquires, and I like to think I'm quite good at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a thought. Do you perhaps have another small sample of those paints your wife was using?
I could attempt to make some more. It was a fairly simple recipe.
It would be most useful in allowing me into Dante's intimate company if I had something of value that would be of great personal and interest to him that he would not want shared. If I could say I had paints that could improve his artistic skills.
Yes, I could give you a sample, I suppose.
Fantastic. That should be all that's required. I will look into this for you, and I will update you as soon as I have news.
Yeah, and he says, when you have the goods, just have them brought to my home. I don't go out much.
Of course. It's been a pleasure seeing you, Martin.
Yeah, and he like bows like nervously.
Yeah, I respond with the appropriate curtsy to that bow, even if that bow wasn't appropriate to the social situation.
Yes, yeah. You get the feeling he's treating you more like a noble lady than like a merchant.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Cool.
Yeah.
So can I just get you to recap? So I need so Martin's errand.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna call this side quest.
Yeah. So there's some deadly poisons. Deadly
poisons. That's not an ingredient, that's just how he's gonna murder Dante.
Some antimony.
And Dante's hair / fingernails / summit intimate.
So if you were to give a level of difficulty for this task, would you say that it would be Dante must die mode?
See, I was gonna say, would you call it? Would you say that it's Danteing? Don't.
I like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Take a second, but I'm with you.
Well, if it gets mixed up in Adriana's
trouble with his headphones.
It's gonna need...
Do you find that it looks like he really struggles with them?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just that really short cable.
The cord's a bit too short.
Yeah.
Oh, because the cord's too short. Of course.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, see, if it gets mixed up in Adriana's other plan, it's going to be Dante's Inferno.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
Okay, and the bag of coins you put on your desk.
Before we get to that, I need to raise my circles to 7.
Hey.
So
it gets worse.
Finbar, take 2 cash die.
Sweet.
And we should take a break.
Okay.
I feel like a break is a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere, and we will see you in a bit.